Hi guys, once again today we are working with Wigs, which is my favorite sponsor here on YouTube. They always have the best high quality wigs, and we are actually doing a coloring tutorial. I know it's been a while since I've been on YouTube, let alone did anything coloring wise for you guys. So we do have a 613 wig. I have not even taken it out of the package yet, but it is a 613 lace wig. Let's see. It's really nice. It's very thick. I know I got like 180 density. I got this super thick. Reason being is because I wanted to definitely have a lot of body in this wig. I wanted it to be very, very, very thick, and it's big and it's long and it's giving me life, and I'm excited about this. The lace has like a pinkish beige tint, which is not my color. I will have to tint that. And I don't believe, actually yes, I do believe it is actually pre-plucked. Okay, so it is a little pre-plucked. They always surprise me with how well they construct their lace. It seems to be, I mean, it is free parting, but it seems to have like an indented part in it. That's not a problem with me. And here you go. Here is the complete scalp portion. So hopefully you guys can see that. Give me 1 second. Let me turn my lights down so you guys should be able to see that a lot better. It is a full lace wig we have here, so there are no tracks. That's freaking awesome. Let's see if we can open her up so you guys can see a little bit better. So yeah, you don't have any tracks in here. It's all full lace. So I'm actually really excited. It doesn't have a smell. It does kind of have that residue that 613 hair sometimes have. Like, you can tell that the hair is kind of coated in something, probably to preserve the strand since it has been processed to be 613. What I'm going to do anyway is wash it before we get into coloring it, but let me briefly describe what we'll be doing today. Alright guys, so here we have 3 different colors, and what I have is dark ash blonde, dark blonde, and 2 medium ash blondes from Revlon. I actually meant to get 2 dark ash blondes, but for some reason one of the dark blondes that I got was just a dark blonde, so I might not be using this because I don't know how to turn out. This coloring video is inspired partially by Sophiology, partially by Rebiane Simone, mostly by Rebiane Simone because she is the dark skin inspiration for the ash blonde color that I'm going for. But I'm going to go ahead and use some of Sophiology's tips, and we're going to go ahead and see how this works out for us. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually wash this, and we're going to sit it in a bath of purple shampoo, very, very light bath of purple shampoo, just to take all this yellow out. It's not a necessary step, however, I'm going to do it just so I don't have any kind of yellow tones peeking through from the ash blonde. This hair already looks really good, but I can tell from the feeling of it that there is something on it. This hair is so nice though. Like, look how long it is. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have long ash blonde hair. I cannot stop running my fingers through it, but I can tell just up here there is some kind of chemical residue on the hair. So I'm going to try to get rid of that and make the hair as clean as possible so that the color can adhere as easy as possible. So we're going to do some YouTube magic, and when we come back we'll be basically putting this wig into a bowl of purple shampoo. Alright guys, so the first thing I did was to shampoo the hair with a clarifying shampoo. This will basically strip all of that excess chemical or the covering or whatever that stuff was on the hair, but make sure the hair is squeaky clean. Now this isn't a good idea to use for regular hair. It does strip your natural oils, but however, when you're doing something like coloring hair or anything like cleansing hair for the first time, it's okay to use as long as you go back and condition that hair again. Which right after this, I went ahead and gave it a shampoo with my Afro-G shampoo damaged hair, and I love to use this for 613 hair because it just adds in those protein bonds, and it kind of just gives it that nice soft texture. Silicone mix and Afro-G shampoo are your best friends when working with bleached hair and 613 bundles and things like that. Lastly, I just ran some water into my big bowl and did a shimmering lights edition. This is just a shimmering light shampoo. It's a purple shampoo. I'm sure you guys have seen it 1,000 times here. You can get all of these things at Sally's or your local beauty supply, sometimes even your Walmart if they got it like that. But basically I'm going to show you what color the water is. It's really hard to tell with all the bubbles, but if you guys can see, it's a nice dip the hair in and kind of do a couple of dips just to get that yellow tone out. Alright you guys, so after about 5 minutes in the water, this is the color that I have. I could have left it in longer and got a little bit more of the yellow out, but I think this is pale enough to work with. I'm going to section the hair off. I'm going to section off the back into 4 halves and then the lace portion into a half of its own. Reason being is because I do believe that I'm going to do the roots of the lace portion first before I dye the rest of the hair. That way it has longer to sit and it turns out to be a little bit darker than the rest of the hair because it'll be sitting on the hair a little longer. That's just what I'm thinking in my head. I don't know if that'll work out, but hopefully it will. Alright you guys, so I have the entire front rooted. As you can see, it's turning a really nice ashy color. I'm excited about this. I'm going to now start working from the back to the front as quickly as possible because I don't want this to get too dark before we get to the dyeing portion. But it is looking super good. I'm actually really glad. I think I've kept my knots pretty clean and clear. So let's go ahead and start with the actual dyeing process. So for the top portion, all I used was the dark ash blonde. But now I'm gonna go ahead and mix in both the dark ash blonde and the medium ash blonde for the main portion of the hair here. For the actual length of the hair, I'm taking my bigger application bottle and I'm just going to go ahead and pour all of the developer into the bottle. I'm going to take both the medium and the dark ash blonde and add it to the application bottle as well. And apply your application top and give it a really good shake until everything is mixed together. Alright guys, so the whole thing is dyed. As you can see, the roots are a lot darker than the actual hair. So the way I did this was, I did the roots, then I did the back portion, then I came back to the front, and then I did the middle portion. So that's how I'm adding in my dimension. I know a lot of people do dimension in different ways, but I knew personally that it was going to take me a long time to dye all this hair as thick as it was. So I wanted to do it in a way that it would process timely. So what I wanted to do was I kept the middle portion lighter, so that would be all of our highlights and things like that. This is going to process the least amount of time, but that's okay because the bottom portion is going to be super dark. and then we're gonna have like a medium at top. So when everything is curled in together, there are gonna be a lot of highlights and lowlights, so it doesn't look too crazy. I always like to keep my darker on the bottom, and I like to keep my lighter looks on the top. It just gives the hair a lot more body, or the illusion of a lot more body. So whenever you are working with time sensitive dyes, if you are not intending on keeping the dye on until everything is the exact same color, you don't want to over process it, then go ahead and figure out which method works best for you. I always know how I like my colors to frame my face, so I always do my middle portion last. So I'm going to leave this on for about another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and rinse it out, and we're going to see the different basically different volumes and stuff like that we get in this hair. And we got a nice subtle shadow root going, so you guys will be able to see that as well. Here is the finished color. Everything seems to blend it very nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this out. It's been on, the darker parts have been on for almost an hour, and the lighter portion has only been on for about 25 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it out, and we're gonna see what it looks like once it's blow dried. All right, you guys, so this is the color. It's coming up green on my monitor for some reason. I think it's because of all the green that's going on in the room. So it's not green, trust me, it's more of it's an ash blonde, but it's definitely darker than I intended because I definitely left it on. But that's okay because I'm dark skinned, so I feel like it's a little bit more toned down for my skin tone. However, I do wish it was just like slightly lighter, slightly more like bubbly, whatever. I was getting carried away off camera, so I curled most of the hair, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like, just kind of roughly blow dried, not straightened at all. This was just me taking the blow dryer when it was already air dried and running it through it just to get it a little bit more straightened. We are now at the portion of application. I have not applied this to my head yet. It's just kind of sitting on my head, so I'm going to go ahead and briefly show you guys an application process and style the rest of the hair, and then we will see what the finished product looks like. Alright everybody, so here is the finished look for the hair. Super cute, super cute. It came out like, you know what, this is one of those hairstyles where you just don't know until you know. The entire time you're second guessing yourself, you're like, I fucked up, this is not what this is supposed to look like. And then once you see it on and you beat and everything is together, it really came together. It was a little touch and go. It was touch and go. I cut myself with my razor. It was a brand new razor. Please be careful when you're cutting off your lace. That is the method I like to use to get as close as possible to the hairline. However, it is dangerous if you are rushing like I was. So let's talk a little bit about the hair, and then we can talk a little bit about the coloring process. Please ignore that, and also ignore the noise you hear upstairs to correct this lead. I did not record this makeup look because you guys never watch my makeup looks, so whatevs. But this makeup look was inspired by, I don't know her name, but I will try to have her like pop up on the screen somewhere. I saw her makeup look a couple of weeks ago and had to do it. Let's just basically get into the hair. So the hair is super thick. I have the box, but the box doesn't have any of the details on it. It usually is on the bag that it came in, but this one didn't have my details on it. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's cool. I can kind of remember everything that I ordered, so I definitely know that I ordered this in 26 inches. Yes, if I'm wrong, it is down below. Anyway, you can go ahead and click the link and it'll take you right to the wig. I ordered the highest density, which was 180, because I knew I wanted this wig to be super duper full. And yeah, I know we can get into this lace. As you guys saw, it was not tinted. I didn't tint it because I didn't want any of my lace tint to get onto the 613 bundles. I've had that problem before, and it is just a freaking hassle. I didn't want to have to go through, so I went ahead and just tinted it with foundation. And I think it's pretty good. Again, these are Studio Lights high definition camera, and I mean, you can see my outline, but you can't really like see my outline. Like, it's not giving that flashback. It looks pretty good in my opinion. And Eva's lace quality is just, it's top notch anyway. The wig is a full lace wig, as I showed you guys before. So if you do want to go in and try to like tint the cap and everything, maybe you should do that, because when you part it, you do kind of get that, you do see a white cast, if you guys can see back there. It is way too light for me. So if I do decide to wear this like into braids or something that will be showing the full laciness of it, I will have to go in and add foundation or add dye or tint or whatever to the actual cap part, so that when you're seeing all of this, it doesn't look like I have cradle cap. You can't see that in real life now because I am a very tall bitch and the hair is covering it, but when you part it, you'll be able to see that lightness in that cap. So just keep that in mind. But if you have 613 bundles and you want a gorgeous ash blonde, I highly recommend the dark ash blonde, medium ash blonde mix. Miss Rabiana was on to something. You understand, like for dark skin girls, that is the mix for ash blonde hair. This hair, ooh, I've never done ash blonde. This hair is giving me, I can't stop looking at myself. Can't stop it, she's a bad bitch. You have to wear leather with this. You can't wear any other material. Don't put anything else on but leather. Wear leather all the time. Wear leather and snake skin print all the damn time with this hair. You hear me? Be your best bad bitch. The wig itself, freaking phenomenal. I have been running my hands through it all freaking day, and the curl is just, she's sitting. The curl is sitting. She's not going anywhere. She hasn't dropped. She's annoyed with me, but she is still hanging in there. God, this hair is so nice. It just bounces right back. It's gorgeous. Eva, she's done it again. It's so thick too, and I'm not getting any unnecessary shedding. I do see the flyaways. As usual, 613 does have those flyaways. It is just a thing that they have. So I did try the, I went ahead and I bought the Garnier Fructis serum that Miss Sophiology recommended, and I'm gonna let you know I do like it. It's not as thick as my Moroccan oil that I usually use. And my Ogenics Moroccan oil is usually what I go to. I tried something a little lighter. I wanted to keep with the process that the two ladies had before to see if it like really worked for me. And I will say I like the lightweight oil. However, the flyaways came right back. Like literally, it smooths them down for a second and comes back. But I will say it does help with adding shine and sleekness to the hair. So I do recommend it. It's only $5 at like Target. So if you do get a chance to go ahead and pick it up, go ahead and pick that up for your hair. So I dyed the hair actually 3 days ago, and yesterday I curled the back portion and then just curled the front portion earlier today, as you guys saw on the camera. I'm now coming to you a couple hours after installation, and so the curls are really nice. I haven't had this wig installed long, it's only been a day, so I can't speak on longevity. I can only speak on my initial impressions and my process, and that's usually how I come on here and do things anyway for you guys. But I have always worked with Evil Wigs, so I know it's going to be a bad bitch wig. It always has been. They've always provided me with the best wigs, so I've never had a problem with them. If you guys have ever tried them from my channel, my recommendations, please let me know your experience. I really value you guys' input. I mean, I am making YouTube videos for you guys, so to hear back if I recommended something that you liked or you didn't like, it actually is it's really helpful for me. So please don't be afraid to let me know what you think down below. Please don't be afraid to let me know if you try out this color. If you do try the color from my video or the other lady's video, please give credit where credit is due. And if you try it from my video, just go ahead and tag me. All my social medias are down below. But if you do make a video about it, please cite your sources, because I know people get really upset about that. And they, like, sometimes when I do inspired looks, people come at me for it, but it's like I always give credit to whoever I saw it from first. Anyway, you guys, that is just about it. It's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like it's more detailed than I've ever been as far as a dyeing tutorial. You guys have been here from start to finish, just about. So, yeah, I am going to really feel myself in this hair for the entire day. So if you're following me on Snapchat or Instagram, please be prepared for me to flood your shit, because this is everything. This hair is everything. She's giving you Tiffany. She's giving you freaking Charles Lee Ray's matrimonial wife. Like, I can't even think of the Bride of Chucky. She's giving you Bride of Chucky. That's what she's giving you right now. I'm gonna go put a mole on, and then I'm going to go lip sync on Snapchat. So you guys can do whatever you want to do. Happy New Year. I love you guys so much. Mwah!